Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our movie club. Today we will speak about movie Get Out. Pretty fresh movie, 2017, and pretty modern, I would say, in some questions that they raise. Yeah, all this inequality and prejudices. How to say it correctly? Actually,
Prejudice.
prejudice. Okay, so let's start from the story itself. Oh, and we lost Vasans just when I wanted to ask him. So okay, it's all Google, you
Convenient.
know. Yeah, Big Brother is watching us inside my mind. So one, please, can you start? Can you please describe the story from the beginning a little bit?
Yeah. So at the beginning, there is a man, like a black man, who were catch by someone, and then it starts with a couple. One is black and one is white. The girl is white, and yeah, the Chris, the black man, his name is Chris, and his girlfriend asked him to visit her family on the weekends. Yeah, and everything is normal, and Chris noted about the groundkeeper and the housekeeper, because they are strange, and later there were uh, they meeting annual meeting at Rose house. That many
Uh,
people come to her house, and everybody like seem like they all know Chris, and
mhm.
yeah, notice about him, and they they show their admirable to Chris body, and yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and
Yeah, it's enough for the beginning. Yeah, I think so.
okay,
It's a, it's a story. Yes, so it started with a kidnapping. Can we say so? Actually, kidnapping.
kidnap.
I'd,
Yeah.
I'd call it. I'd call it. Well, I'd call it. I think he was killed. Was he killed or kidnapped?
Uh,
Kidnapped. I guess kidnapped if he was taken away. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, probably he was stabbed. Yeah, is it the word stabbed by a
If
knife?
it if he was stabbed, then that's not kidnapping. That's killing. He was mugged and killed.
Yeah. Okay.
Initially, I thought it was for his money,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
or because they hate blacks. Yeah.
It was my impression, but after I watched the movie, I understand that they need like a living body, right? So probably he was kidnapped.
Yeah, maybe
Uh,
it was a taser or something that knocked him
Mm.
unconscious. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. This verb, kidnap, always uh, confuse me because it has kid inside. I think it's
Yeah.
sometimes I think it applies only to children, not to adults.
Yeah. I
But
don't
we
know
can,
why. Yeah.
but, but we can use it for adults as well,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they reveal a few keys, a few innuendos in the movie from the very beginning. When this guy Chris, he asked his like girlfriend, "Do your parents know that I am black?" And then this scene with a policeman, So when policeman asked for ID, this lady, what was his name? Gerard, do you remember his name?
Rose.
Rose, this lady Rose, she was like triggered. Why you ask him? Ask me. I'm a driver. Yeah, it's
Indignant.
indignant.
Yeah,
So
she
it looks like
strong.
yeah, and I can see some cultural context in that, right, teacher Lee? So why she was so triggered because of this driver license?
It's just basically persecution.
Yeah,
They're you know.
yeah, I mean, when a cop asked him for ID, she was immediately triggered. Why you ask my black boyfriend for an ID? Yeah,
Right, because it was obvious he was picking on the black guy. You know, something's wrong. This black guy is a criminal. I want to see your ID, buddy. You know, and she was driving, so it's like he's immediately focusing on the black guy. Something got to be wrong with the black guy. He's got to be guilty of something, you know. So that pissed her off. Yeah.
So how we call it? Like intuition of policeman? No, or
I
just
call it prejudice.
yeah, prejudice. You know, but they have like the rules of thumb. How we call it? Thumb rules. The rule of thumb.
Either way, thumb rule or rule of thumb. Yeah.
Yeah, you know one this expression, the rule of thumb.
The rule of thumb.
Yeah, Tishali, could you please explain this?
Rule of thumb is just a general way to express a common conclusion.
Yeah.
A rule of thumb might be 1 U.S. gallon is about 4 liters. It's not exact, but it's an estimate that we can use in general terms, and it's approximately true.
Yeah.
So a rule. So he's saying a thumb rule is black people are always guilty.
Yeah. If there is murder of some wife, you know, husband is immediately a suspect. You know, it's a rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Gerard, please.
I wanted to ask something to Teacher Lee. I know in America you use the driving license as an ID. What happens with people who doesn't have a driving license?
We do have our states. Our states can issue a government ID for free, but you have to go to a government office, and we just call it an ID card.
Okay.
So we do have an ID card issued by a state government that takes your pic. So it's like a driver's license, but it's just for identification only.
Mhm.
But a lot of people don't even do that. I don't know why. Because for black people that don't have a driver's license, when they go to vote, you have to prove your identification. Well, the Republicans passed a law that said you've got to prove your identification. So the Democrats said, well, that's not fair. What if they don't have a driver's license? They got to go to a government office and get a free ID. That's a lot of trouble. People can't do that. Oh God, it's awful.
Yeah.
But you can use.
In Spain, it's
can use
compulsory to
some
have an ID card. In Spain, it's compulsory. I think I don't know what age, but before you are an adult, it's compulsory. You have an ID card, and the driving license is besides. But the ID card is indispensable.
I agree. Yeah. What's the harm in it? It's like, oh, that's too much trouble to expect someone to have proof of identification. You know. Duh.
It's still a free country, right?
Yeah.
You can decide. Yeah. In Russia, passports are compulsory. You know, when you get like 14 or 16, you just get your first passport, and then you change it like once in 10 years, maybe. I forgot exactly. So, yeah. And now we have this, you know, fancy passports with biometric and all these things. So if you lost it, you can restore it. Okay, back to our story. So they arrived to parents' house. Is something special about visiting parents of your girlfriend? Is there any names for this, or it's just
We just say meet the parents.
meet the parents? And what does it mean? It means that you're going to marry or not yet?
Usually it means you're serious. Your relationship is serious, and you want parental approval of your boyfriend. That's why he said, do they know I'm black?
Yeah, the guy was kind of what's the word for this? He was not like comfortable, right?
Maybe defensive, yeah, or apprehensive.
Apprehensive, yes, but I understand. Yeah, he's going to meet, you know, people of probably his new family, and he's tight. Oh, what's the word? Apprehensive.
Now, you know, in America, the Democrats like to make you think with these new movies that black and white people get together, happily and easily and marry, and that's BS. Okay, it can happen, but it is not common. White people generally don't like to marry black people. So it's a racial thing that most white people are not comfortable with this usually. So that's why the black guy said, "You told your parents, right? I don't want to show up and they go, bah! You know." So he wanted to make sure they knew, so it wouldn't be a shock and an uncomfortable situation.
But I don't think it's only in America. The same I can imagine in Russia. Not about black and white people, but if you meet some foreigner, what is foreigner?
Foreigner.
Yeah, and you did not tell that to your parent, and then he arrived. Probably it will be a big surprise. Yeah, so they will be at least surprised.
Yeah.
Not to say more. Yeah. So and when they arrived, he noticed that there were a few black persons in the house, right? And they react kind of strange. Gerard, can you please explain us why this? I mean, what makes their behavior strange?
Because they didn't act like black people.
But how can please elaborate more? Why? How you can say this? What they do wrong?
Their behavior was very strange, and I think Chris, the protagonist, the black protagonist, talked with a guy, and he acted very strange, and the woman also very weird woman, the housekeeper, and the man was a gardener and something doing some tasks. Very weird people.
Yeah. I would say what was strange about them was they were always smiling, and they're so calm. They never get upset. Their voice is, "Hi, how do you? I'm so pleased to meet you. I hope you'll enjoy your stay here. Well, oh my goodness, I have to go. Goodbye." They're devoid of emotion, just very pleasant, sickly sound.
Yeah, it's strange, and it's strange how these owners communicate with them. Yes, in a strange way. You'd better go to sleep or something like this. Yeah, I noticed this.
Yeah, yes, that's a good idea. I think I will. Yeah,
my first impression was they're like zombie or robots or something like this. Yeah. So Gerard, please, can you continue? So then was hypnosis element?
Yeah, the father-in-law was a neurosurgeon. How do you call it? Neurosurgeon.
Neurosurgeon. Okay.
Neurosurgeon, and the mother was a hypnotist.
Psychologist or psychiatrist?
Yes, a specialist in hypnotation. How do you call? How do it work? Hypnotize? Hypnosis?
Hypnosis. But I think she was she was a psychiatrist or psychologist. I can't remember which. But she knew hypnosis. Okay.
So I think it was the first night.
Can I help you? They noticed that they have Chris had cigarettes, and they were like angry because of that, and they started to teach him. We can cure you for this. And I think during the night he went out to smoke. Yeah, and then meet this lady.
And he attracted him. He told him that he could get rid of his addiction by using hypnosis.
Hypnosis. Excuse me. Hypnosis. Yeah.
Hypnosis. I think he hypnotized him, and she was using a tea mug. Teacup.
And a spoon.
A small spoon, and making the noise and trying to call his attention in a concealed way. She hypnotized him, and he fall like in a well, like a prisoner. But then in the morning he woke up without remembering almost anything. So it was something weird.
Yeah, but he quit smoking, right?
Yes. Suspicious. Something suspicious happened.
Yeah. He told someone that he told this lady Rose, when I even think about smoking, I'm going to throw up. So do
So
you
his
believe? Yeah. Yes,
okay.
actually.
And he had a cop friend, a TSA, really an airport security friend who was black. TSA is our airport security, and he was so proud of his training. Said, I'm a TSA security man. I kick ass. I can do the job. And when he heard this guy was hypnotized, he said, "Oh, you don't know what they hypnotized you to do. They could have hypnotized you to be their sex slave." So he was real suspicious. And Chris said, nah. I like the black guy. The cop was good.
Vasant, hello back, and we still speaking about the story, and we just finished at the moment when this black guy Chris was hypnotized by this lady, and he quit smoking. And if you like, please continue from this moment.
Yes, and he was afraid that she did something to him, and after that he started to believe that his smoking habit went away from him. Whenever he thinks about smoking, he feels like throw up. So he believed that it really worked, but at the same time he sensed some unusual activities around the house, like the maids, the female, and another one, the garden keeper. I don't know the role of him. So the way they talk to him is really suspicious and weird. So,
Yep. And then happens this annual event. Yes, something I didn't get exactly, some kind of birthday or something. Could you describe it or something?
Was it a reunion? Were they all family members or just friends? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think it's about family.
I don't think so. Just some kind of annual celebration. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So, what happened on this celebration?
and the celebration, the girl told him that it's an annual gather by the friends and colleagues or something. So they are elite people. They come with their luxurious car. So he expected that to be a normal function in their culture, but actually it is kind of an auction. So that's where the twist comes. So those people were about to see a product. The product is the guy, the main guy. I forgot the name of it.
Chris.
Yeah. Do you remember this young black guy who is married to an older white woman? He was allegedly a sex slave or something, like our detective tell us.
Yeah.
So do you remember this episode with handshaking? So his black guy tried to do some, I don't know, hit of his fists. Yeah. So special secret thing, I think.
It's a black thing. They just touch fists.
Yeah. But another one, he reacted strange, and he looked like a white person, yeah. And Chris told this. He said in the phone call to his friend, he said he does not behave like a black guy. So we started to have some keys in the movie. Okay, so Jean?
One thing, did you know that this guy was the one that was kidnapped at the beginning of the movie?
Okay. I did not notice this.
Was it? I didn't know either. Okay.
But I read the summary, the plot. I did it.
Okay.
Okay. So actually, I forgot what happened after. Something that triggered Chris, yeah, to be very worried. But what exactly? Ah, yeah, Flash. Yeah, Jorgen, do you remember this episode with a Flash, with a photo? He took a photo of a black guy.
Yeah, he was. He get panicked
Yeah,
and yeah,
and some
said, "Get out, get out."
seizures. Yeah, yeah, but I don't understand that exactly. Teacher
For
Lee.
some reason, he was trying to take the picture secretly. You may have noticed he would kind of hold the camera down, and he was trying to take pictures secretly because he thought something strange was going on. Actually, he recognized this black guy from before. He knew the black guy, but the black guy wasn't acting like the same guy. He dressed different. He acted different. He didn't recognize him. So he's going like, so he's secretly taking pictures, and his flash went off accidentally. And when the flash hit the black guy in the eyes, the young black guy, he kind of became normal. And he said, "Oh my God, get out, get out." And then they took him away. And then he came back later and said, "I'm so sorry. I got upset. I don't know what happened, but I'm all better now."
So this exclamation, "Get out!" What it was? It was anger, or it was like a "save yourself"? What it was?
Save yourself. It was panic. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're not safe. They're going to make you like me.
Okay, if he was angry, just at something, would he say "get away," go away, or the same, go out?
The body language would have been different. Get out. Get out. But it was like, get out, get out.
Okay, so same words, but facial and okay.
Body language is different. He was in a panic. He was like, get out, save yourself,
Okay.
get away from here, run.
Jorgen, please.
Yeah, then he comes back when after a while he said the whole ordeal has made me a bit exhausted.
Yep. What was this deal?
Ordeal. This hard.
Unpleasant experience.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of a climax of the movie, right? Chris started to understand something, and he was. I don't remember exactly. At this moment, he decided to run away. Oh no, later. Juan, do you remember? Can you continue, please?
So
Juan, yeah.
I remember that's on the film after the black guy is beginning, like after he got panic, and I think Rose's mother were, how to say, people like Rose's mother did something with the black guy, and make him to become like
fall asleep. Made him fall asleep.
Yeah, and at that time, Chris knows that he is in a strange situation, and he said to Rose that he wanna leave, and they spend some time at the outside, and at that time there were an auction were held at Rose Hall.
Like this.
Yeah, something like this.
Silent auction, right? No talking.
Yeah, silent. Yeah, they just act and say nothing.
Weird, like they didn't want to be heard,
Yeah,
maybe they don't want to be heard.
So, Teacher Lee, is there any difference between awkward and weird? When you use what?
Yeah, weird means strange.
Yeah.
Awkward means uncomfortable or potentially embarrassing. Awkward's more embarrassing.
Okay.
So different meaning, yeah.
Yeah. So it was, but I think it was weird and awkward at the same time. if I were,
Yeah.
if I were Chris, I just don't know what to do. These guys, they are just all crazy. I just want to go out from there. So they kidnapped him. They what's the word for this? Rope him, like
Tied him up,
Strap.
tied him up. Yep.
tied him up. Yeah.
Can
Bound,
we?
bound him.
Vasan, sorry, I missed your tea in the chat. Is it
That's
still
okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the moment he called his friend, the cop friend, and told that he about the young black guy, and that his friend searched about him and found that he was a missing guy. He was missed. He has been gone missing almost a couple of years, and he told to Chris, and Chris said, "Yes, I knew this guy because it implies that they have met before. That's why that young black guy was ferociously saying, get out, because he wanted to help him."
okay? So that was the last, like, how we call it, last straw on the camel's back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
after that, he decided to get away, and it was impossible because he was caught, he was kidnapped, and fix it. Yeah. So then the black guy, he's a detective, TSA security. Why? What? Teacher, why it's the letter T is there? So what is T?
Well, remember he's airport security.
Yeah.
So it stands for Transportation Security Agency.
Okay.
Administration.
Administration, okay. But it's transportation security. So he only worked he wasn't a real cop. He was an airport security person. His jurisdiction was only in the airport security area. But he felt like he was just like, a cop, and he was protecting society, He was so proud of his job.
Yeah. So he started he started his investigation, right? He started to how he told this, collect things together, or what's the word for this?
Collect clues, or look for clues.
Yeah. Jörgen, would you like to?
Together?
Yeah? Please, Hasan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, putting pieces together. I think that is a phrase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put the pieces together, yeah.
So that guy went to some police agency. It was not exactly police, something, I don't know, something different, but still. And what happened, Jörgen?
He goes to the police, yeah. But they don't take him seriously.
Yeah, but why?
Because the story is telling them.
Well, I think it's a combination. It's a story itself, and it's the way how he spoke, because he was like a stand-up comedian. Yeah, he was talking a lot and in a strange way. So I would not believe him if I were a policeman.
Yeah.
Probably every policeman can hear a lot of strange people every day. So they just they just ignore this. Okay. Okay, so Gerard, what was the end? Was a happy end or not?
We eventually find out that the reason of all of this is that Rosa and her parents kidnapped. Rose attracted black guys, so they could be used. So their bodies could be used as to translate the personality of all people or sick people to younger people. And black people are supposed to have a very good health, and that's the reason they choose them.
Yeah. So the guy was a neurosurgery something, and he made some operation, some surgery, and kind of transplant. Can we say transplant? Usually transplant somebody.
transplant or transfer, yeah, whatever
Okay.
term you want to use. We can't do it yet, so
Yeah. So and do you remember they choose they have chosen the like a victim, not a victim, like a guy who will take this body of Chris. It was some producer, Hudson, what his name?
well, remember they do an auction.
Yeah.
So you buy the body that you want at the auction.
Yeah. It was
So
very strange auction, silent with a bingo game. Yeah.
yeah, so whoever that guy was that was going to receive his mind, he's the guy that won at the auction.
Yep.
So the neighborhood auction for the body they want to use for their transfer. remember, we kind of left out the point. There was one point where he woke up tied to a chair in front of a TV set with a VCR or whatever, and it started playing a recording of the neurosurgeon saying, "Hello, I imagine you have a lot of questions right now. You know, let me tell you what we're going to do to you. We found if we tell you what's going to happen, it's easier for the transfer to take place." And that's how he learned about this crazy plot. And then he really wanted to get out of there. You people are insane.
Vasant, please.
Yeah, this portion almost looked like an adoption when you adopt a baby and they would let you to interact with the child for some time to get yeah, that's what happened here.
Yeah, interaction, yeah.
Okay, one. So do you think it's a happy end? Did the guy manage to escape?
Sorry, can you repeat?
So Chris, he survived, right? So it's a happy end after all, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Yeah. Do you remember the the end of the movie? So
Yes, I think we
yeah.
we
Could you
saw-
describe it? Yeah. Could you describe the ending?
Yeah, but sometimes the art dealer was shown on TV screen, and he explained the thing will happen later with Chris and his brain, his mind or his brain, and yeah. At that time, Chris understood everything, and his finger, he do something with his finger on the chair, and he take out the thing inside the chair. I don't know how to keep, to make an earplug to keep him from from being affected by Rose's mother.
Nice protection.
Yeah, to protect him.
Yeah. Okay. So he killed everyone and survived, and his friend from TSA, Transport Security Administration, helped him. So it's actually a happy end. Yeah. So it was. It was not a system. It was just one crazy family. Yeah. So we are safe. Don't worry, guys. And we probably too old already for transplantation.
Yeah.
Okay, we have. Yep.
I want to mention one thing. If you on the internet, you can, as Gerard said, you can read about the movie. And there was one video on the internet by the director of the movie, and he had 3 endings.
Mm-hmm.
One ending had the black guy just choking the girl to death. Okay, and another ending had him letting her live and walk away like he was a gentle black person. And I forget the third ending, but he was originally going to use the vengeance ending where the black guy just killed the girl. You know, I'd love to kill this white person. You know? But he felt that in this day and age, it wasn't appropriate. So it was awkward. So he chose to have him let the girl live, and she died from a
Yeah,
She
it's
just lay there and bled to death or whatever. Yeah.
it's unacceptable, inacceptable. We know that, right?
Yeah. So in 20 years ago, he would have had the black guy just choke her and get satisfaction from it, But
Yeah,
today
now-
we can't do that.
Not politically correct.
Now we know the rules. So everyone, every bad person must be white person. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so and it's a good segue to our questions. We have 7 questions on our Padlet. Let's answer some of them. So one of them: do you have the presumption towards skin tone in your culture? Some prejudices.
Prejudice.
Prejudice. Yeah.
Prejudice. Okay.
We don't have black person in Russia, but we always sympathize with them because it was a part of our culture. We like to blame Americans in everything, and when we heard that they behave bad towards black people, we always support black people. Like, stop this. Yeah, something like this. But in general, we are monoethical society, so we don't have too much of this problem. Yeah. We know the situation is in America, I think, from the movie at least.
If you China doesn't
Only
have
movie?
black people. Okay, so they have minorities, but they look just like them almost. So if you go on the internet sometimes and search for advertisements, funny advertisements, you'll see that the Chinese people in the past have made advertisements that made fun of black people. In one case, a Chinese girl's got a black boyfriend, and she grabs him and throws him in the washing machine, opens it up, and he comes out white. And everyone's happy. So those kind of commercials, the Chinese people don't understand our black sensitivity. So they have some crazy commercials about black people that black people would not like.
Okay. Let's ask the same question. In Vietnam, how things are? Do you have any prejudices or something to people, with a black or different skin tone?
I think yes. Like in Vietnam, it's not there are not much black people, but for example, learn to be English teacher here. It is tend to a white skin people to be English teacher here, and it doesn't they can come from another country than native English country, but they're skinny white, and they will they mostly be welcome more than black people.
Yeah, I think I can confirm this. I was once on IT conference where there were a lot of Vietnamese people, and I was only a few white people like me, and it was kind of embarrassing for me because they tried to make me something pleasant, to bring me a beer, to give me a special chair or something. So I was uncomfortable. Yeah. Yeah. So it was a new experience for me, pleasant but very awkward. I would say very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay, another question. Rose Dad said that he would have voted for Obama again. and he used the word hands down. I don't know what exactly does it mean. What means hands down, teacher?
It means without question.
But why hands down? Why? Is there any etymology of this?
Hands down. I guess it's like, are there any objections?
Okay.
Hands down, no objections. Hands down, no doubt. Yeah.
Okay, no doubt, or obviously, right? So without a doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a first question. Do you feel the same way with any of your country's previous presidents? Okay, let's ask Gerard. I know Gerard knows something about politics. So can you choose one and vote again for him?
There is no. We haven't had any president as much good. to say that.
You don't get one every 4 years, do you? Sure.
Okay, so you're still waiting for a good one, right?
Yeah. In Spain also we have a limit of. We don't have a limit. I think in Spain.
Okay.
Wow.
Jorgen, what about you? Do you like some politic from former politics that you vote for him again with any doubts, hands down?
No.
Vasant, what about you?
In my lifetime, we had a president during 1999 to 2004, I think. He was a very good guy, and at that time we had a lot of crises like India-Pakistan war, and we won. A lot of political crises happened, but still nobody has blamed him. As far as I read from the news, no politicians had any bad opinion about him. He was a very nice guy. He had a very good rapport between all other political parties, and that was a very good political scenario I have ever witnessed. So I would choose him, but he's no more. I think he's no more.
Okay.
What about Gandhi?
Indira Gandhi.
Indira Gandhi.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
He's
too
a-
young for Gandhi? Okay.
Yeah, because Gandhi
He was-
was not in any position, any political position. He
Really?
just won us. Yeah,
Well,
he
his
didn't do
wife,
any of the political.
his
No,
wife
So
was,
Any
right?
other Gandhi? Yeah, no, nobody from his family had any political.
Well, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
status.
His wife was prime minister, wasn't she? And her bodyguard
No.
killed her.
No, that's Indira Gandhi, but they had that surname because they had how to say that when you give your daughter to his family, just like
Huh.
that
Okay.
relationship. So no
They-
direct descendants.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought they were like
Yeah.
prime ministers or something. Okay.
It is a political trick to play that keeping that Gandhi surname in your family name. They will feel like okay, they are from Gandhi's descendant. That's what I
Okay. We call
Okay.
it name dropping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Gandhi,
speaking,
yeah, he's in my family. Sorry, Ivan.
speaking about Russia, we don't have this person. We don't have, because after after you finish ruling in Russia, you are the bad guy always. So you have people blame you in whatever they want. So we never we never elect someone again. I mean, after some time. So, but what about Vietnam? Is there some strong person, personality, some politician whom you elect again if you can?
Actually, I think there's no one I would like to vote again, because here, do you know that in Vietnam we only have one party,
Yep.
and we still like as a communist.
Communism.
Communist. Yeah.
Yeah, and as in my opinion, I think that we have no choice to vote for someone. Yeah, yes, we still go to vote for someone to be the to be official, but like the results will fix before that, and so even
I
before the election, some discussion we already know that who will be the person, the chosen person.
Okay.
And
When I was in Vietnam last time, some people, a few of them, told me that it's almost done. It's almost bipartisan system in Vietnam. So they grow up another party. Do you feel so or not?
Yeah, actually, I feel so. For example, reason is the previous president like died, and people say that in TV on news, people say that he died because of heat ill, and there are some rumor say that he was killed by poison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the current president, he got 100% votes from people, and so currently he have 2 positions in our country, and yeah, and it is say that it's like they conflict to each other and they kill each other.
Okay. So in Asia something's very slow. So you have to learn this trick. It's everywhere now. If something bad happens, just blame the Russians. It's always work, So if someone poisoned it or something, just blame Russians.
But Russian are allies. Russian are allies to Vietnam.
Actually,
Yeah.
I heard something not when I something similar like in Russia. Yeah, but I heard. I don't know that if it's true or not.
You mean one party system or something? Or
Yeah, and I remember once I asked you about that. Like people say me that on the way Putin come from his home to his office, that time like nobody can get into that way or that street. Yeah, I just heard.
well, some streets are blocked for when his cars are
Yeah.
going that way. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, but not every
Yeah.
day, I guess. Yeah.
Not
So-
every day. So there's some special day.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't live in this region, so it's hard for me to say. Yeah. So, but yes, in general, it's normal to block the streets for politicians. For this, big corteges, so it's normal in Russia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to the teacher Lee, please, about blaming the Russians or something.
No, I just had a quick question. Usually we know the leaders of major countries, Britain or Russia. Vietnam, the last leader's name I remember was Ho Chi Minh. And any leader they've had for the past 30 years, I've never heard the name of who's the leader of Vietnam. Does it even matter? Does the party rule or does one person rule? Who's the president of Vietnam right now?
The person of Vietnam is Nguyễn Phú Trọng. Yeah, Ho Chi Minh is great person, like great leader in our history.
Right.
But anyway, I still read many many different information about him.
Yeah, but
Okay,
do you understand teacher Lee's question? Who is the current president of Vietnam? What is his name?
The current president.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, his name. You want to know his name?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so I will write down.
Not Nguyen, is it? Tell me it's not Nguyen. It is Nguyen.
No, Nguyen is also a family name and it's very popular here in Vietnam.
Okay.
Like 90% of people in Vietnam have
Yeah,
that family name.
yeah, and I know the story why, but it's a long story. I cannot share this just now. Yeah. So another question from teacher Lee: is this feature, is this personality of president is very important for Vietnam, or mostly the party rules? So it's a personal ruling or party ruling? What do you feel? Well,
And,
do you
and
understand?
I ask because when the president of the U.S. changes, the whole world knows. But I've never heard any commotion, any noise about the Vietnam presidents changing.
Yeah, wait. So I think that's yeah. For example, for me, America, France, or German is more popular than India or some small country. So it's
Yeah. Okay, let's try a different way. So just imagine that president is changed. Does it mean that all the policy will be changed or all will be the same?
what is the same? I think.
Okay.
He's a puppet. puppet president.
To some extent, I think. Okay. Okay. I think I think you can see we are all interested, in other cultures and situation and politics sometimes. So please come often. We will speak about Vietnam and ask you more.
Okay. But he was Pompey's president.
Yeah. So you see, we don't ask Vasants anymore about India. We know everything. We don't ask Gerard. We learn everything. Yeah. But you are a fresh blood, for us. So we have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to the movie. So who are
Okay.
those wealthy white people? Who are those wealthy white people? Though they are wealthy, how come nobody around them suspect about those slaves? Or not slaves, or just black body. So the question is, as I understand it, so it's some rich guy. He just became to be a black young person. Why no one noticed? How it's possible? Jürgen, do you have an answer?
They were living in the woods, I guess, in the isolated from.
Yeah, so in a small houses, isolated from the society, so they can do whatever they want. Yeah. Okay. So we have a few more questions, but I think it's time for our favorite part. So slides. Let's discuss. Okay, I'm going to screen share. Okay, I do better every time. Gerard, please, could you start with this?
Okay, here we can see Rose playing with her dog and Chris, again, maybe taking a picture.
I think packing suitcases.
Oh, packing, okay. We can see some gear, a TV, the sofa. Rose is laying on the sofa. What more? I don't know whether that's a living room or.
No, it looks like a small studio. Yeah.
I think it's a studio. They only have one room.
Big room. Okay.
Yeah. The kitchen looks like off to the left. The bed right in front of them. The couch right in front of them. Yeah. TV. There's a digital flat screen TV on the coffee table. And binoculars. I can't tell.
Oh, just
some photo techniques. Yeah.
Yeah, camera. Yeah, camera maybe, or camera lens.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. He likes to take pictures, I guess.
I think it's called like lens kit or something like this. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, not too much here. Okay, let's go. Jürgen, please describe this one.
Okay. In the middle of the picture, it's this TSA agent or worker.
Yeah.
He probably called Chris.
Yeah.
And what else? 3 cars in a row.
Yeah, cars and sign to express train. It's not train, actually, it's tram. So it's a tramway.
Oh, tram. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. Vasants has a question. Is it a portico? What is portico, Vasants?
The car, you mean?
Where you park the car, I think, is that a portico?
He's talking about the small roof with 2 columns. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Portico is okay, probably. Yeah, we don't normally use it for the airport, but it could be.
Yeah. This black guy was very funny. I think I remember initially he called him and asked, "How can I be wrong if I just touched an old lady or something like this?" I was following the procedure. Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah.
Okay, Van, would you like please to describe this picture? What do you see? Something about sand about subjects, whatever.
So this picture is after they hit a deer, and the cop come and ask for driver license of Chris, but Rose was strong and she refused to give to let Chris give his driver license to the cop, and yeah. And when the officer recognized her her strong accent or her strong expression, he like he sorry he give up to check it.
He took it out or handed it over.
Yeah.
Handed it over.
And after that, Chris was he admired Rose accent, and yeah, I think at that time Chris after that Chris thought that Rose loved him and protect him.
Yeah, so I remember that cop told them, you don't have to call police, call special animal service or something like this. Yeah,
Animal control, I think. Yeah,
animal control. Yeah, looks like it's not a big, accident, not a big deal to hit a deer.
I've hit a deer one time in my lifetime. It cost me about $1,000 in damage
To
my car.
But you don't pay for animal, right?
No, the animal. I think the car behind me stopped and probably put it in the trunk and took it home to eat.
Yeah. So in Russia, it's kind of different. If you kill an animal, we have a special like a ministry or like a department of animals. So if you hit an animal and killed him, you have to pay, and sometimes it's a huge amount of money. Yeah. So if you kill a deer, you will pay like $3,000, I think, for this deer, because you made you caused damage to a forest, something like this. Yeah. So,
wow.
Nonsensical.
Yeah. It's how we protect animals.
We just leave them along the road and let them get eaten.
Okay, Vasant, please.
Yeah, this is the lady made that house.
She was a grandmother, right?
Yes, grandmother.
I think it's the wife's mother, I believe, in a new body.
Yeah. It's a grandmother, and this janitor, he was a grandfather. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
And there are some kitchen things. What is that? It looks like a stove. Okay, it's a stove.
Stove, yeah. Gas stove.
Yeah, stove. Coffee pot.
Teapot.
Most of the things. Yeah, the utensils are in metal, not any plastic or.
Yeah, we call that
glass.
copper. Copper material. Yep. Old things are made of copper because it conducts heat really well.
Yeah, but it's obsolete technology now, right, teacher?
Yeah, it's more of a antique style now.
Yeah, because it's not not very durable. Modern materials are much better than this.
Yeah, we use iron or stainless steel today.
Yeah, but copper was probably the first metal, I think, that humankind started to. What's the word for this? To make tools from this.
Yeah, in the cowboy days, they used tin, which was a cheap metal. And then copper is a little bit more expensive, but yeah, they were the first metals to easy to shape to make things.
I just remember it was a Stone Age and then Bronze Age. Am I right?
Yeah, bronze. Yeah,
Yeah. So and then copper after bronze. Yeah.
maybe.
So bronze was
Yeah.
the first.
Yeah, we name the ages after the metals we discover.
Not just discover, but just just a master technology to make tools from this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So not too much there, right?
What can we call the baskets? There is one with the grip and one with the flower.
I would just call them baskets. One's got bananas.
But the material is
Hemp?
We usually call them straw baskets.
straw, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What is hemp shirt? It's kind of from a tree.
Yeah, it can have several meanings, like marijuana also, but those baskets are made with hemp. at
Okay.
least.
Yeah, I understand. So I think it's this kitchen is so antique, like intentional, because it's this kitchen belonged to grandmother, yeah. So it's a lot of copper things and this straw wicker baskets. What is wicker actually?
Wicker is just another word to describe a woven straw basket. We have wicker furniture and wicker baskets. It's like woven with straw instead of cloth.
Yep, I understood.
So
Okay,
there's two little pump bottles. One of those is hand soap, and one of them is dishwashing liquid.
Yeah. So no modern dishwasher here. There are no one.
I don't see one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Gerard, could you please describe this one?
They are eating dinner table. We can see some candles.
I just remember this word chandelier.
Chandelier, but chandelier, the one hanging
Yeah.
on the roof. And how do you call this one? This the device that holds the candles.
Just a candle holder.
A candle holder, yes. And we can see the cutlery, silver, maybe. In the main position of the table, there is the father-in-law. On the left side, we can see the brother, Rose's brother.
Yeah, we did not mention him, but he was a really strange guy, I would say.
Yeah, not nice.
Yeah.
On the other side, we have the mother, and Chris is like ducking his head, or I don't know what he's doing here. Very weird position,
Yeah. Praying, maybe.
Praying, I don't know. And Rose looks quite happy, smiling. Very nice in the whole movie, except the end, when we acknowledge his real personality.
But
you see the picture of all these black guys?
guys, I had a question which I forgot for you all about roles. So the role of Rose looks for me like an unnecessary role. They can just kidnap any black person. It will be much safer. No tracks, no telephones. But why they use Rose for that? To attract black people.
Well, don't forget, they've got a closed society, a closed neighborhood. They're all in this conspiracy. So she is the scout. She goes out into the world and finds a boyfriend who's black, healthy, and has no relatives. So he won't be missed, and the police won't come looking for him. So she brings back ideal candidates for the neighborhood to auction. And then when he's done, she'll go out and get another one. So she's done this many times.
Yeah. There are a lot of pictures with her and black guys. Yeah.
So she's the bait to catch fish.
Yep. Nice row. Okay, I can see a bear in the center, small figure of bear, I think. Yeah.
Well, it looks more like a person, but I'm not sure. It doesn't look human either, so I don't know what it is. Maybe
Yeah.
mythology character.
Yeah.
And there's a
And-
deer on the right side.
Yeah. Do you remember these antlers were a weapon at the end? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Jürgen?
Yeah, this
was-
is in the night when Chris had take
Hypnotized.
yeah, it has just go outside to smoke, and when he come back, he was called by her
Mm-hmm.
and he gets hypnotized without his being aware of it, really.
Yeah, without pocket watches. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, usually, we hypnotize by swinging a watch or something shiny. She says, "Is this how you do it?" She says, "Oh, that's old fashioned. We have other ways to do it." Cling, cling, cling. Notice her chair.
Old fashioned.
Her chair's made of cloth.
Mm-hmm.
It has two arms that have lion heads.
Yep.
It's a very decorative chair. A lot of money.
The whole house looks like antique house. Yeah, very many like old furniture and all these things. Yeah,
If you look at
fireplace. Mhm.
if you look on the under his chin, you'll see there's a fireplace over there, and you'll see
Yep.
there's 3 brass tools. They're long brass tools. We call
Mhm.
those pokers.
Yeah. So this
They're
one.
they're used to poke in the fire to move the logs so they burn better.
Yeah. Why you
So
need
in a lot
3?
of- I don't know. Maybe one's like an ash broom and one's a dustpan and one's a poke. I'm not sure, but in the movies they always grab one of these and use it as a weapon to kill someone.
Yeah. Yeah. We have the same, but with the same tools, but in Russian design, they very ugly, not bright.
Black in Russian design. Yeah.
Yeah. But pokers is a good word. Yeah, we use different. We have a special name for every tool like this. Yeah, because I think it's cultural thing because we use these stoves very often. Yeah, every day. Yeah, to poke the fire. Nice.
These might be decorative. I don't know if they really use the fireplace or not, but
Wow. One, please describe this one.
So on these pictures, Chris were sorry,
Was hypnotized.
hypnotized by Rose's mother, and at this he were deep into I forgot how to say,
Well, I
like this
forgot-
is
yeah,
empty. It's not empty place.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot remember. And this will be the situation after he replaced after like the ground garden and the housekeepers. I mean, the real person will be in this kind of situation when they will replace the brain, the mind. And yes, they can see everything, but they cannot control their body, the action, and expression.
Yeah, it's very scary. I would not like to be hypnotized like this, paralyzed.
Yeah.
And
And at the end, we can see that the groundkeeper, he killed himself because like to be in this situation is, I think, that's terrible. So he even like to kill himself than to be in this case.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Don't want to go back. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He don't want to be in this. Yeah.
Okay, anything
Yeah.
else? But okay, let's go to the next one. Vasant, could you please describe the scene?
In the scene, Rose was introducing him to each and every couple that arrived at the party, and this lady is really fascinated by his physical strength, physique. It implies that, okay, we can understand that she wants her husband's soul in his body in future. So yeah, that's because we can see that he is physically handicapped or physically challenged because of his old age.
Yeah, so they arrived here to choose a body, right? To choose would they bet on the auction or not? Is it bet correct word? Yeah.
Yeah, basically they all know that he's there to be auctioned to the highest bidder. So they're all already evaluating him. Oh, you look strong. You look healthy. Oh, you've got nice muscles. Let me see your teeth, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's awkward feeling. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I found interesting, this way how they presented it. I mean that it looks like wife more interested in your body than the husband.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have that in my bed soon, you know. Oh God.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, you can see that. So this actress, they played this well. I think you can see this. Yeah. Okay, I think we a bit run out of time, but it was a nice movie and nice discussion as always. Thank you very much for coming. Your suggestions about new movies are always welcome. And you can find the whole chat and this recording on our site, themadrook.com. So please join and thank you again. And I'm stopping broadcasting.